let's get into P-Valley. You two are starring in the hit television show P-Valley, and I hear about it all the time. It is the hottest thing going right now. And so, Bertram, I want to start with you. What do you love about working on your show?
I think kind of harkening back to y'all's last talk, I think that P Valley really allows us to see a version of ourselves that has never really been seen before, but also in a way that brings some semblance of dignity to them folks who have been oppressed, folks who are part of queer culture, folks who may be on the opposite side of the law. And so it's been an absolute, like, it's been a dream to be a part of a family like this, to tell these types of stories that I feel are so important in this moment that we are navigating as a country. Yeah.
So for people who haven't watched the show, why should they watch the show?
You should watch the show.
So
you should watch P Valley because it's like nothing you've ever seen. It's such a complex show. The characters are very complex and they're real. They're real, honest, raw people. It's almost kind of like you walked in on somebody doing something that you weren't expecting. Every scene. That's how it feels. Claudia Hall is an incredible, brilliant writer, and she's the creator of the show. Patrick Ian Polk is an executive producer and writer. The way it's written, the character backstories are so complex and honest. It's a very uncomfortable show to watch because it's so real that it really makes you reflect on yourself. And even though the characters are from a place that a lot of us haven't seen before on TV, Mississippi, Chucalissa, Mississippi, or Memphis area, you can relate to them. As left field as they are, you can relate to every single character. So if you want to watch something that will really make you kind of, think about your own insecurities or your own, issues that you may think you're the only one, watch this show. It'll blatantly tell you that you're not the only one.
I had the creator on the show, and she was saying how they went to so many strip clubs. And then Brandy, I know Brandy, she's a good friend of mine, and I know this is like a big break for her. And
right.
Like when you hear of a dancer or a stripper, people have their preconceived notions, and to humanize these folks,
right.
That's what they are. No one's just their shell. Once again, kind of going back to what we were talking about, no one is just like the outside. So I want to ask y'all. So, what was your reactions when you first read the script?
Well, I can say that I was taken aback. The writing is beautiful. Claudia Hall is a genius. There's no other way to sum it up. And her writing style is so lyrical because she has, roots in the theater tradition, and the stories, they wrap you up so soon. Like I found myself like lost reading some of the earlier pages. And so, yeah, I'd say that my first time reading it, I couldn't put it down. Like I could not stop.
So you performed at the community theater where the creator P Valley was a creative director. So did you have to audition for the role, or did she create the role for you?
So I did audition, but you are right. Claudia and I crossed paths officially at Hattie Lou Theater. It's a Black repertory theater in Memphis, Tennessee. And I still went through the audition process, but it was at that theater that she got a chance to see me on stage. And so, I think that too kind of speaks to something we were talking about a while ago, and that is how we have an opportunity to find ways to unify and also lift as we climb, because this is my first time doing a television thing, right? Like I was plucked from the community theater and regional theater space.
You were a teacher as well?
I was, yeah. You did some back research. I didn't think, whoa, yeah. So I had to leave my job. It was during the time that I auditioned for the show and we started filming before the year was up. And so I was teaching classes via FaceTime on Tyler Perry Studios grounds. And so, yeah.
And Thomas, How are you enjoying going from the NFL, a star in the NFL, to quite the actor and sex symbol? And how often do you have a shirt on in this show? Or do you have to wear a shirt? If I was the director, I would have you never be in a shirt. I'd be like, nah, we don't need that.
Listen, Claudia, I think acting was the perfect transition for me from football, because I've always been, as a football player, you're an actor in a lot of ways. You know what I mean? You chilling in the locker room before the game. You getting your ankles taped, and you're kind of getting in your mental space. And no matter what personality you have, whether you're an introvert, whether you're just a reserved person that's just laid back, by the time you get out on the field after warm-ups and you're ready to play, you've transitioned into this savage football player that's like doesn't care about anything. You're fearless. All you're thinking about is winning the game and being physical and violent. And then you have certain guys that they come off the field and you wouldn't even know that they were a football player. And that's similar to acting. You read a script, which is like a playbook. You get on set, you put your wardrobe on, which is like your uniform. And when the director says action, it's like the ball snapped, and you're living in this kind of alternative reality.
Do you wish you would have got to acting sooner, or are you glad you did the NFL thing first?
No, I'm glad I did the NFL thing first. Football was from the time I was 5 years old, I said I was going to the NFL, and I love football from the time I was a 5-year-old kid. But I think being in the NFL helped me transition into acting because, Hollywood is a tough business. The entertainment industry is a tough business, and you have to have thick skin. It's very critical. You have to be able to keep pushing, when you get told no. And it's similar to football. You lose a game, you have to fight back and get ready for the next game. You might be getting blown out in the first half, but you have to find the will and the heart to come back in the second half and win. So all of that taught me how to move in this space and gave me the skill set to be able to move and put myself in position where I am now as an actor and a producer.
Bertram, what's the feedback been for you? I mean, you going from being a teacher to one of the hottest shows on television right now, about the strip club scene, and you have little students hit you up like, what's that?
Yeah, so it has been a dream because I come from the place that this show is loosely based around, right? And so to be able to walk down the street, I walk up on a group of brothers, let's say they're between 40 and 60, right? And older brothers, black men, you know how we do, like, they're just kicking the shit. And to walk up and have them say, yo, what's up, young blood? I saw you. You know what I'm saying? You the one that put the on the brick, and so they're recounting like their experience with the show, and to have it come from folks who are looking critically too, right? Because they are trying to see if we are really being honest and showing this part of the country in a way that is honorable. And the feedback has been amazing. But I think better than that even is having, like I mentioned, grown up in the theater, and to be able to have folks show love and know that they mean it, know that they saw me when I was on stage and all we were getting paid at the close of a play was maybe a $10 movie gift certificate, right? And so to have kind of gotten to this point and for people to have been able to walk on this journey with me, like I could almost cry right now just thinking about it.
Doesn't it feel good?
So shout out to everybody in Memphis. Yeah.
I love these kind of stories. I think nowadays celebrity and success has been so, you see a lot of microwave like success and stars, right? Like they just get on a reality show, and not to shit on reality because I've done it, but like, the folks that had to go through that grind, get it and get turned down and try again, pick yourself up, dust yourself off, try again. When you finally get on something where it finally, like that is such a dope feeling. I get excited even watching my people that are, Thomas, I'm very proud of you. I've known you, just seeing your growth. Like I love seeing my people win. Bertram, I'm gonna claim you now too. And I'm really proud of you.
For sure.
I really am. And if no one's told you today, I'm proud of you both. You could be doing a whole bunch of other stuff, and you're doing what you're living your dream. You're entertaining folks. You're on a show that stands for Pussy Valley. I'm all for it. And
well, Claudia, look, I'm proud of you too. I mean, we've known each other for a long time.
Yeah.
To see you evolve and have your own show. I know we've been talking for a while about, you know, us getting together, me coming on the show. I'm excited that I had a chance to come on and have the conversation, because we do talk, and we have talked a lot about, you know, these issues in the Black community. And I appreciate your insight, and I appreciate your honesty, because I think that's the only way we're going to be able to move forward, is by being honest with the situation. And it takes a lot of courage to do that. So I'm proud of you for continuing to evolve and putting your you know, your thoughts on Front Street. It's necessary.
My pleasure. And you know, this show was about creating a space for Black men. So I hope the brothers that are watching this tonight can feel encouraged to open up about what they're feeling. It doesn't make you a punk. It doesn't make you weak. It actually makes you quite brilliant and quite strong and quite beautiful to speak what's on your heart, even if that thing that's on your heart is fear. Because right now we're in crazy times, and that no one's gonna look at you as less than. And I love that you guys were transparent and open to having these conversations. And when we get back in the studio one day, I'd love to have you both back on. You know what I mean? And more of this.